Yo, what's up guys, Yannick here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. We are now at episode number 4. Now, as you can see on screen, the formations that we get given, for me personally, are not the best. But, obviously, got to pick one. And I did end up going with the 4-2-3-1, which, might seem silly because it doesn't have wingers. And if you was going to go for a Ronaldo, a Messi, if they all pop up in the captains, they don't. Not the best choice of captains. Obviously, we do get the normal Messi, but there is 2 better versions of the Messi. So we weren't interested in the normal one anyway. So we end up taking Sergio Aguero, and you know what? From that point, I said to myself, you know what? Let's just go BPL. Let's get a Barclays Premier League team. If they keep popping up, we're going to take them. As you can see, we do get Hero Ronaldo, Team of the Year Dani Alves, Team of the Year Lionel Messi, and a nice cheeky little 90 rated Ozil. And we do end up going with that Ozil. Gets a nice link into that Aguero. And obviously we all know what Ozil can do. He's an assist machine. Got a great left foot, good vision. And I actually took Sonia Luco here, thinking he was still in the BPL, but then I remembered Hull did actually get relegated, unfortunately, so we did just take him really for his pace in the end, but I genuinely thought he was in the BPL. That is why I did choose him, but there were not any other BPL players there anyway, so we end up taking Leon Osman. I think if you take BPL players say if you're going for La Liga, BPL, whatever, if you keep taking the players from that league, even though you're not going to say use that, like here's a good example, and before Coutinho and Osman, they're not going to get into my starting 11 because obviously they're wingers and I don't have wingers in my starting 11. But if you keep taking the same league, does the same league keep popping up? I mean, for me, it sort of did work a bit. Like here in this draft, I did find that happened a fair bit, but I don't know if it works all the time kind of thing, or if it's maybe just like a one-off that it works or whatever. I'm not too sure, but maybe someone could let me know down in the comments below. But back to the team, it's looking good so far. We swap out Felipe Anderson for Ozil. That is 3 nice central attacking midfielders there in behind Sergio Aguero, and that attack's looking good. All we needed was a CDM, and on our last CDM pick we didn't get one, which was it was unlucky, I'd say, because we literally had every other position except for a CDM, so it was unfortunate. We get Otamendi there. I love Otamendi. If you've been watching my other videos, love the guy. For me, best centre-back on the whole game by far. Just an unbelievable centre-back. We end up going with Godin there, but we obviously didn't get another centre-back, and we also didn't get a left-back. That was where it did get annoying, but we did have Girl Clichy on the bench, so we swapped him in anyway at left-back, which worked out very good. And we end up playing Branislav Ivanovic at centre-back because we just had to. We just had to. Not the worst of benches. We go in and get goalkeepers quick. I don't know why, but I always leave the goalkeepers till last because I suppose I want to try and figure out my best starting 11. So then obviously I'm looking at what my 2 centre backs are going to be. So every time I've done a draft, like recently or over the last couple of months, I've always left the goalkeepers till last, purely based on the fact that I want to know who my 2 starting centre backs are going to be and what then goalkeeper I'm looking for to link up. Because if you go for a goalkeeper straight away, then you could just screw yourself over, really. Like if you don't know what your centre backs actually are. So we get Sterling in there for the strong link up to Aguero, and then we actually find out Eriksen gives the team an extra 2 chemistry as a cam in CDM to replace Gustavo. So we do end up getting a full 100 chem team, 184 rating. So looking at that there, I would generally say only 2 positions needed improving, really, and that would have been centre back and goalkeeper. So we could have maybe have done with another Company, a Koscielny, and then in goal maybe a Czech, Courtois or De Gea. But anyway, into the first game, we come up against Team of the Year Messi, normal Ronaldo and Bale as his front three. Not the strongest of midfield. He's got right, I think that's Vitolo. Never heard of that Silver CDM. And then he's got Fazio in his back line as well. But we were the ones that started off very well. Now, Christian Eriksen, before the rest of the video carries on, what a player in this team he was, by the way. Look at him just drifting through people. Alright, doesn't score, but just absolutely ghosting past people. We get Aguero here, cuts inside, has a bang near post, and it does find itself into the back of the net. And yeah, I mean, we were all over this guy in the first half. I'm surprised it did take us 41 minutes to actually score, but sometimes you just got to be patient and wait. And yeah, I mean, Eriksen was making so many good runs from the deep position into the, like, you know, into beyond Aguero and Ozil and all those ones that were in front of him. He was just getting in such good positions. But I mean, like I said, he didn't score, but you know, it was getting forward that just made me really go like, you know, wow, what a good player you actually are. You know, playing a bit out of position, and yeah, he's showing everyone else up. So we do pick up 424 coins for that game, which did only last 41 minutes, unfortunately. But I feel as though as the game would have gone on, we would have got stronger. Into the second game, it's a nice looking team. He's got Van Nistelrooy up front. He's got Bale, Neymar, Suarez, Godin. He's got a Koscielny that I could have done with. He's got Trezeguet. People underrate Trezeguet actually, but we do get a free kick. We get a free kick deep in our own half. Nothing really expected to come of it, and Zabaleta puts it over the bar. Now, interesting there. If Aguero had gone down, would that have been a penalty? I don't know. Let's have a debate in the comments. Do you reckon if he'd have gone down, he would have got a penalty? I don't know. But this game was very end-to-end stuff. As you can just see, we've hit the crossbar, and then I've missed a tackle there, and his Van Nistelrooy's gone through, and Ospina with the great save. Absolute great save. He's come up big. Tiote then burst through. Not Eriksen, not Aguero, not Ozil, not Sterling, not Payet, but check Tiote. Wrong foots his defender, absolutely mugs him off, and then blasts it across the goalkeeper, making it 1-0 in the 20th minute. You know, good first 20, and like I said, it was end-to-end. Look, he literally gets the ball. Otamendi there with a crunching tackle. Off we go with two passes, just two passes from our edge of our 18. We're in on goal again. Ozil squares it to Aguero, and he does make it 2-0. So we literally scored 2 goals in the space of like 1 real-life minute and 2 FIFA minutes. So yeah, I mean, I've said it in the past before, you know, if the sweaty's there, I'm gonna do it. Like, it's just gonna happen for me. This is a very nice move. I mean, Ozil chips it to Sterling, knocks it back down to Ozil, plays a through ball to Eriksen. We give him the violin. I don't even know why, but Eriksen does this time get on the score sheet. That was just a well-worked goal. That was probably the best goal in the whole draft. Dink to Sterling, nods it back down, plays a through ball, and then we get the goal. He does try and get back into the game with a snapshot from Suarez, but Ospina does get there, and there's the halftime stats. 8 shots, 5 on target for us with the 3 goals. And again, another well-worked goal. I mean, just look at the fluid, like I said, like the fluidity of the passing in this team is just unbelievable. And that's my left-back score, and that was Gael Clichy. He knocked it into Eriksen. He gave it to Ozil, to Aguero, to Ozil, to Gael Clichy, and then into the back of the net. Which, you know, it was just a great goal. And we just lose the rag here. We just literally lost our head. We just absolutely go through him with Ivanovic. I thought it was going to be a red card, but referee was quite generous. 75th minute, Van Nistelrooy steps up. And obviously being a legend, you wouldn't have doubted him missing, and he did not. But he did miss that one-on-one, and as you can see there, he was his captain, so he did get a very nice choice of captain. And there was still time for one more for us to get on the score sheet. Sterling slips in Aguero. Aguero dinky-dinkies the keeper. I've actually found chips quite hard this year, personally. I've not scored many, but haven't gone for many either. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you know, you don't get that many opportunities in the game anymore to actually go for a dink. So it was nice to get one of them, get on the score sheet with Aguero again. We pick up 795 coins. That is quite a lot. So yeah, we've won 1-0 and 5-1 so far. And moving into the semi-final, this team looked as if it would take an absolute pounding. I mean, 4-5-1 flat or the other 4-5-1, I think are the worst formations on the whole game. I mean, he's not got the best of teams. I mean, he's got like Milner, Arteta, Pedro, but never ever take these sort of teams for granted. I swear to God. We get lucky here in the first 20 minutes with Aguero, ball over the top. His defender does get it. Takes a poor touch. Aguero latches onto it straight away using his pace. And then we do get in for the finish. So, we do go 1-0 up. And I'm just literally trying to think to myself, you know, if we can get one more, then I might go on sort of, you know, defensive, ultra D maybe. Because I'm not a part of the bus sort of kid. Never done part of the bus. But it wasn't to be. And, yeah, we gets in between two of my players there with Messi. Again, Ronaldo. Another good set. Ospina proven to me that he was the right choice for goalkeeper. We don't need a David De Gea or anything. But if we make it to half-time 1-0 up, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, this is going alright. But this is just unbelievable. Like, Messi picks it up in a nothing position, drifts it to the edge of the box and just does that. Like, wow. You know, just wow. I was very annoyed because, like, it was poor defending by me. But at the same time, I just couldn't fault him because it was such a good finish. Like, I've not seen that happen before in my life. And then Ronaldo, like, I don't know where my defence is running forward, but Ronaldo runs behind them, does get in and puts it in the back of the net, which this time I was annoyed about. Like, my defence is running forward or standing still. Ronaldo's clearly making that run. Why has a defender not gone with him? You know? Like, basics, you know, basics. So we do find ourselves 2-1 down. And, you know, things only just got worse, really. Ronaldo there, Milner, wrong foots me. And, yeah, scores 3-1 in the 52nd minute. And, yeah, not the best of starts to the second half, to be fair. But, yeah, we go 3-1 down. And I said at the start, you know, he's got average players like James Milner, but James Milner's just given me the bloody middle finger and just scored past me. So, you know, can't be that average. Must be pretty decent. But, you know, it was just annoying. Like, a couple of the goals I felt maybe could have been stopped, especially the first one, maybe two. You know, with the fact that Messi was just out by the corner flag pretty much. We do slip Aguero in again though, and he does find the back of the net. You know, it's turning out to be such a high scoring game, but every time I scored he just try and waste time, you know. Like, fair enough, you know, I sometimes do it. I'm not saying I do it all the time. This is just unbelievably shit from me. Like, poor pass there, and Gareth Bale just finishes me off. You know, I generally felt I deserved that as well, because that, I don't even know what I was doing. You know, I've got a throw in, and I'm throwing it to my centre backs, trying to play it out. I should probably just get rid of it, get it up the pitch. But, nah, you know what, I'll just pass it to Gareth Bale. And that was how it finished, guys. We did go out in the semi-finals this time. So, you know, 2 poor drafts in a row after 3 good ones. So hopefully in the next one we might get a win. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Not a bad pack there, actually, to be honest. We get Sanchez, we get Canales, we get Stambouli, Gibson, Kamara, which this was just a little, like, players pack. So, you know, we got a few, maybe a couple of thousand out of those players. Then in our next pack we do get Luke Shaw, which I was very happy to see, because I've missed him. I've missed my Luke Shaw. We get, obviously, like, the contract and the fitness, which we're all going to sell on 100%, which we will get money back from that, so that is also good. Also got the healing cards as well, which, you know, definitely do go. So in the next episode I'm going to maybe try and go for a Bundesliga team. I know I've not seen many around, but I'm going to try, or maybe a Serie A, we will decide. But if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, please make sure you do drop a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in a bit.